Hey guys, welcome back. It's Melody and today we have Pat here. I contemplated not doing a video today because the weather is just so gloomy, but I decided that we're just going to do a DIY video. We're going to have a change of pace and do a little bit of crafts, because if there's anything that I like, it's using my hands, because when you use your hands, you get out of your head and it saves you money. Making these kind of crafts and stuff like that is a lot cheaper than just going out and buying them, and there's also the joy of seeing the stuff that you made on the wall. Pat and I are going to be making a macrame. This kind of looks like a dream catcher in a way, and I already got it started, but I didn't go through any steps that we can't replicate on camera. So I was browsing and I saw this really cute brass ring macrame dream catcher, and it looks very minimalist. Some of them look very busy, but this one looks particularly minimalist, so I figured we can do it. So I got some string, which this is a really good grade of strings, and I went ahead and cut 10 pieces 8 feet long. So basically what you gotta do is grab your measuring tape, measure it out to 8 feet. There's a lot of space to measure it out, so 8 feet and 10 of them. The first knot is going to be a lark's knot, and it's really confusing when you're reading it, and I don't know if it's just me. I do a lot better when people show me stuff. So for instance, when I was learning how to do a fitted sheet, which was one of the proudest accomplishments of my life, when I figured out how to make a fitted sheet, I knew that in life I could do anything I set my mind to it when I learned how to do a fitted sheet. But when I used to read online articles about how to do it, you know, they have them in those articles and those real simple magazines. I could never figure it out. And then one day I was watching YouTube videos and it was so confusing, but then someone just laid the sheet on the bed and then just did the steps really slowly on top of the bed so you could see them, and it's like riding a bike. Once you figure it out, you're never gonna go back. But anyway, so we're going to do a lark's knot. So basically what you want to do is you want to grab the string and double it, and then you want to grab your ring, and it doesn't really matter which way you put it on because you can circle them around. But you basically want to grab your loop like this and loop it around. So you want to make a knot like that. So you're going to pull the 2 strings through, if that makes sense. I'm going to have to get the camera and zoom it in closer. It's so relaxing to do crafts. Even painting. Painting is my own little thing. Painting and DIY projects are so relaxing. For the last one, I'm going to zoom it in so that you can see it more closely. So this is called a lark's knot, which if you're a sailor, you'll know what that is. But I'm sure most of us are not sailors, so you just have to go through this slowly. But you're going to pull it all the way through. So you're going to loop it around and then push these two here and push them through the line. So I'm going to get this lark's knot all the way through. So look at Pat, she thinks I'm playing with her. Pat, this isn't for you. This is for the community. So now that we've got all of them, we just got to do a square knot. For this knot, we're going to be grabbing this and we're going to make a P. So this far end, so you're going to grab 2. So let me just move these 2 aside so you can see what I'm doing. So the far end of this knot is going to go under these 2 center pieces like that to make a P. So we're basically making a P. And then this knot, this side over here, is going to stay underneath this P, and it's going to go over into this hole so that we can make a knot. This is the most complicated knot, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be really easy because we're going to make a bunch of them. We're going to make about 14 or so. It'll be really easy. Now we're going to do that same knot again to make it a double knot, because see, these are double. So we're going to grab the alternate side and push it under these 2 because we're making a P again. So we're making a P. And you know, if it's not perfect, it's okay, because that's the charm of crafts. We're making a P and we're leaving this far string underneath it, remember, pulling it and pushing it through the hole. Like so. Ready to go. Okay, so we're going to do one last one. So we're going to grab these 2 up here. So we're going to make a triangle. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the 2 ends on either end, and we're just going to move them aside. So we're going to do the same, we're going to make the same knot, but now it's going to go inward because we took 2 strings out. So we're going to grab this and we're going to push it under these 2, just like we did with all the other knots, and make a P. And then we're going to pull this knot, this string through, like so. There. So funny story, Pat stole a donut last night. A whole donut. Can you believe it? She was munching on donuts while I was sleeping. Make sure your knots are nice and tight. This is a lot of string to deal with. If you guys like to braid hair, this will be perfect. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move these two more on the side, 2 more strings on the sides. We're going to do the same thing, and then we're going to do that one more time, and then we'll have the triangle. Okay, so you want to grab this far string over here, and you want to bring it all the way across diagonally, and this is always going to stay on the top. So this part's a little bit complicated, but as long as you remember that this string, this far string, always stays on top, you should be good. So we're basically going to be making loops like this. So you're going to grab this string right here, and you're going to loop it over. And that makes a nice knot like that. And you can pull it tighter too if you want. That makes a nice knot. We're not done with this string. Remember, the string stays over, but we're not done with this far string. We're going to bring it back over, but this time we're going to tie it into an actual knot, like as if you were tying a shoe knot. And we're going to form it into a knot. So form it into a circle like that. Don't form it into a knot, form it into a circle, because we're trying to make a circle. We'll push this one aside, and we'll keep this one over the diagonal. So we're going to grab the next string and pull it over. Pull it tight, pull it over, and then tie it into a knot, and make sure it forms into a loop. So you kind of got to force it into a loop. It's not going to go into a loop naturally. Make sure all of the string is underneath like this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to move the string to the right, so over the edge of the ring. So we're going to move it to the right. We're going to make a loop. So once it makes a loop, you want to pull it through towards the right. So we got it like that. You're going to push it over again, and this time you're going to do it to the left. And when it goes through to the left, you want to pull it through. You want to pull it through the loop and make sure it's going towards the right again. It's got to be going towards the right. So we have the first one, and I'm just going to run through these really quickly. So remember, we're going to be going to the right, and then pull it through and pull it towards the left, and pull it through, but this time pull it through to the right. So we'll bring it to the center. It's in the wrong place, guys. We're pretty much done. It's so pretty. Can't wait to put this on the wall. We are finally done. So you can feather the bottom if you want. There you have it, guys. I trimmed the bottom so that it would be more even. So the background while I'm filming will have a little character. So a blue whale picture, a butterfly, and a plant. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and next weekend we're going to get back to organization videos. So